Howdy, howdy, back at it again. I am still not Zach Henke, but I've got another Zach Henke-style Marisa guide today. And this one is going to be a little bit shorter. I wanted to go over some of the different things that Marisa can do when it comes to Phalanx pressure, and what's available if you can do the manual DP input in combos versus if you can't. I have very recently kind of had a level up moment and started being able to input the manual DP input in Marisa's combos, probably from learning manual DP inputs as I'm learning Ken as a secondary. And before that, I was very frustrated that there wasn't a lot of available guides or available insight on what you could do with the modern one-button Phalanx, which is the medium Phalanx. As you can see here on special input versus when it's manual medium, same move. And there has been a lot of work done in the Marisa Discord, specifically by Zach Henke himself, to also come up with some unique setups that you can get off of that medium Phalanx. So I'm going to go over first the stuff that a lot of people probably already know with the manual heavy and light Phalanx, and then move from there into the medium Phalanx. And this is specifically about Phalanx in the corner. Obviously, Phalanx has other uses. It goes through fireballs. There's certain setups where the correct Phalanx will go over certain supers in a block string if they try to interrupt your block string. But I'm specifically going over Phalanx in the corner here. And give me one moment. The cat wants my love. Hello, honey. Hello, do you want to be on TV? I cannot cuddle you and play Street Fighter at the same time, honey. I love you very much. I can give you the blanket. If I give you the blanket, will you let me play Street Fighter? Here. Here you go. The blanket is yours.
If you've come to fight,
the blanket is yours. There you go. Who's a happy baby? Who's a happy baby? Okay, as I now blow cat hair off my controller. Okay. So, Phalanx setups in the corner, modern versus classic. I'm going to start by going over safe jumps, and for starters, what a safe jump is, as I begin to explain this, in case you're unfamiliar. A safe jump is any setup where the knockdown leaves you plus 42 frame advantage. So you can see off of this example, this is not a Phalanx safe jump, it's just an easy one to do. I am plus 42 there. Now, why is plus 42 so valuable? Well, the reason for that is if they do a button on their wake up, then they get hit out of it by your jump in. But on the other hand, if they do an invincible reversal, now, how does that work? This is what we call an option select in this game, which means that by doing one series of inputs, you cover multiple potential situations. And the reason this works at plus 42 is that as you are doing the jump in, you are also holding back after you input the forward jump and the normal. You can see in my inputs here, I'm holding back. So if he wakes up with a button or doesn't do anything, then the normal from the jump in will come out. But if he does something invincible, the normal never connects with him, and since you are already holding back, you will block the jump in. You can further option select this by tapping parry on your way down instead of just holding back, and then you will actually parry the invincible reversal, which helps protect your drive meter. I still find this a little bit finicky. It's really good if you can do it. I'm going to attempt it real quick. Yeah, I'm having a hard time tapping parry at the right time to get that to come out. Yeah, but obviously, ideally, you get the knockdown and then, or you parry it and it protects your drive meter instead of taking the drive damage from blocking it. As you can see there, that's about half a bar. So it's more optimal if you can parry it, especially if you're in a situation where potentially losing that half a bar would put you in burnout. But the simple side of it is, and the long and short of it is that if you are plus 42 after a knockdown, you can do a jump in, and by holding back during the jump in, you will either connect with the jump in or block an invincible reversal, and it covers both options. So what are the Phalanx safe jumps? Well, off of either Heavy Dima or OD Dima, you get the same setup here. So I'm just going to demonstrate it with the heavy auto combo for simplicity's sake. Oh, I forgot I still have him on reversal there. Just wanted to show the plus 42. This is specifically a corner setup because otherwise they can roll too far away from you for you to connect with a jump in. But as long as it carries to the corner, heavy your OD Dima into drive rush, back heavy punch, canceled into heavy Phalanx, will get you a safe jump. Just going to demonstrate that beating the button real quick. Safe jump. If you are already in the corner, however, then the route is a little bit different. I'm going to move us to the corner here. If you are already in the corner and you are in a heavier OD Dima juggle, like say this, you can obviously connect there by charging a back heavy punch instead of having to drive rush because you are already at the wall. If you are charging the back heavy punch in a juggle, then you can cancel into the light Phalanx instead of the heavy Phalanx, and that is also a safe jump. And since it's less visually obvious to end a combo with this than it is to end a combo with this, I find it will often catch people who aren't familiar with Marisa's other safe jumps besides the heavy Phalanx. So just to demonstrate that beating a button. Safe jump. Both of those obviously are going to require manual inputs, and that's the rub, is if you have trouble inputting DP input either specifically off of this or just going from holding back to inputting however you do your DPs, Leverless has a couple of options. Forward, down, forward is a DP. Hold down, double tap forward is a DP. Hold forward, double tap down is a DP. Yep, there it is. But however, whatever control scheme you're using, whatever input style you're doing, it's understandable if you have certain difficulties with motion inputs, particularly if you have a disability like me. I have dyspraxia, and that was, I believe, the primary barrier to me being able to execute this reliably for so long. So if for any reason you cannot input the light and heavy Phalanx, and you can only input the simple Phalanx, which, as I said, is the medium Phalanx, then what can you do? Can you still get a safe jump? Actually, yes. The difference is you get a safe jump with the heavy Phalanx, regardless of if you started with a heavy Dima combo or an OD Dima combo. They both work. I'm just going to demonstrate it with OD real quick. Still a safe jump. The safe jump I'm about to demonstrate specifically requires OD. Now, why is that? You'll notice that there's different heights on OD versus heavy Dima. The frame data is the same, but the height is different of the juggle. So he goes really high versus, I mean, it does look pretty similar, but I promise you it is in fact different for this particular combo. This safe jump only works off OD. If you have a juggle off of OD and then you drive rush into forward heavy kick and cancel that into the medium Phalanx, that is a safe jump at the corner. I actually found this one myself. I don't know if anybody else is using it. It's obviously not meter optimal because you have to spend. But if you can't input the other Phalanx safe jumps, you're willing to spend and you want that safe jump setup, then I think it's something valuable to potentially have in a strictly modern Marisa toolkit. And I'm just going to attempt to do that with the heavy real quick and show you why it doesn't work. The knee whiffs. Off of OD, you can always drive rush into knee, but off of heavy, the knee whiffs. To get the knee off of heavy, then it's got to be after a drive rush cancel from the back heavy punch. So this does specifically have to be OD. And just to demonstrate that again real quick, OD Dima, drive rush forward heavy kick, medium phalanx, safe jump. There is also a slightly more finicky strictly modern safe jump that works off of OD Dima or heavy Dima, like the manual phalanx safe jumps. And that is, oddly enough, that instead of drive rushing into a back heavy punch like you normally would for the heavy phalanx setup, you actually delay manually a drive rush into crouching medium punch and cancel that into your medium phalanx. Done correctly, that is plus 42, but because the timing is manual, it's finicky. I'm just going to try to get it here. Plus 42. I got it first try. Okay. So done correctly, it'll beat buttons and it'll block reversals. There you have it. So that's an option. It's less damage than the other routes, but it can save you quite a bit of meter since it works off of the heavy Diva. Oop. And did I just screw up the normal there? There you go. So that's another option to get a safe jump if for any reason you have physical difficulty inputting the traditional safe jump. Now, I'm going to also go into non-safe jump Oki that you get off of the medium phalanx knockdown when it is not a safe jump setup, but I did first want to cover something else interesting about safe jumps. Obviously, we've shown thus far that you do a safe jump, you jump in, it'll beat buttons, you do a safe jump, you jump in, you beat reversals. So what are they supposed to do? Do they just have to block? Because if they just block, if Ken just blocks a jump in here, then I'm +8 in his face, which means it's a true block string after a safe jump to do. And that's a bar and a half of his drive meter gone, even if he blocks the whole thing. So ideally, you don't want to just block a safe jump. So then what's your solution? How do you beat safe jumps? You can't reversal. You can't hit a button on wake up. What do you do? Well, the answer is, at a higher level, you're going to start to see people that go for parry on their wake up to land a perfect parry and take their turn back. Oop, he's still blocking. And you'll see now I am -2. So it's no longer my turn. It's the end of my pressure. He isn't plus enough there to guaranteed. Actually, at +2, yeah, he's in a true strike throw mix-up. Because if he hits a jab, it would beat my jab. And if he goes for back throw, which is what most people will do when they're in the corner, that would also beat me mashing jab. I have to make a decision to tech.
If you've come to fight, then...
If I can tech after, I have to double check the specifics of what can and can't happen after they perfect power your safe jump. But the main point is that at a higher level, you land your safe jump, you think, great, I have guaranteed mix here, they have to hold that. Actually, no. So then, what is the counter to the counter? If every time you do a safe jump, they're just perfect parrying, and you're like, man, my tool's gone, what do I do? Well, after you land your safe jump, you don't guaranteed have to go into jump forward into button. You can also do an empty jump forward. Empty jump meaning you jump, you don't hit any buttons in the air. After that, if they parry, you can potentially throw them to take advantage of them trying to counter what they thought was a traditional safe jump setup, like so.
I've got you.
And now punish, counter, throw, over 2,000 damage, takes even more of his drive meter, and that prevents them going for parry every single time on your safe jump. And once they stop parrying, then you can go back to doing the safe jump again. Another option for people that aren't necessarily parrying, but they are just blocking on Wake Up, and I'm going to have to, I think, set this. Save status. Now have him block everything. Turn off reversal. If they... Oh, actually, he needs to be on stand block. Hang on, switch block, stand block only. If they're... To block a jump-in this game, you have to be standing. Overheads and jump-ins beat crouch block. So if they think you're doing a jump-in with a safe jump, they're going to stand block. And then, you can just jump in, not hit your jump-in normal, and go for a low instead. And if they're still stand blocking, they get hit. So just to go over, if they like to parry your safe jumps, you could empty jump into a throw. If they like to just block out your safe jumps, you can empty jump potentially into a low as well to catch them. So those are both useful aspects of the safe jump setup, whether you use a fully modern safe jump or a classic input Phalanx safe jump. That's really valuable stuff to understand about the actual myths present in running one of these setups. And it's something I didn't understand until I got much more experience in this game. So you're welcome. If you're newer, now you know this a whole lot sooner than I did.
I don't have time to...
Now, we've covered safe jumps. We've covered alternate uses for safe jumps. What if you just get a knockdown with your medium Phalanx? What is your frame data like? Off of either heavy or OD. I'm going to move us back to the center of the screen here. You're plus 45, not plus 42. Same goes for heavy. That one's actually plus 44, so slight difference. But it's a one frame difference, and it doesn't prevent the setup I'm about to show you from working. I'm going to put us back in the corner now, just to make this easier. Off of this knockdown, if you then whiff this button while he's still on the ground, you are plus 14. And 14 is a magical number for Marisa. Likewise, off of this one, plus 12. Still close enough for what we're trying to do here. Because notably, this is 14 frames, done as fast as possible. This is 13 frames, and this is 11 frames. So what does that mean? It means if you do the frame kill off of the medium Phalanx knockdown, which is not a safe jump, you can then land either a knee, a stand medium kick, or a command grab, all of which will beat wake up buttons. And that creates a scary situation where they have to guess. Because if they think you're going to do a button, then the best thing for them to do is block or parry. But if they block or parry, and you do this, they get hit. Now let's say they're afraid of that. What's the solution to the command grab? Well, they have to backdash, or they have to jump. And if they backdash or jump, they're going to get hit meaty with this, or with this. So I'm just going to demonstrate specifically if he is hitting a light punch on wake up. Timing's a little tight. If I drop it, forgive me. Oops.
Now you know history.
or the medium kick. You gotta time it correctly there to get the combo off of the medium kick. There it is.
Now you know him.
And finally the command grab, which I drop the most often. Oop.
Where are you going?
There it is.
Sweet dreams.
So that is your Oki solution to feeling like you don't get anything off of the medium Phalanx knockdown, because you do get a very scary mix there that can still be very powerful. And if you can do the Phalanx safe jumps, that doesn't mean you should never take advantage of the medium Phalanx Oki. You can even combine the two things. Let's say he gets hit by the setup of the medium Phalanx Oki. Oops. Oh my god. You can then route into your safe jump. I dropped it, but if you land... Oh my god. Why am I dropping this? I don't have to do this. There it is. You can route into your safe jump after that setup if it hits. So it's a lot to play with. Phalanx, whether or not you can input the manual heavy and light, the medium Phalanx is still very useful in the corner, whether you go into this safe jump, this safe jump, oops, or just the Oki off the knockdown. You're gonna drop it again. I get nervous that I input the command grab too fast, and then I get Phalanx.
Where are you going?
So I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe. And I'm also happy to report this will be the last video where I am recording my voice on PS5 by using a PS5 controller's onboard mic set to player 2. One of my viewers, Beetle, actually bought me a mic that is coming in the mail hopefully today. So I'm going to have a proper mic, and the audio quality of my streams and my recorded on PS5 videos should increase dramatically. And I am so thankful for that, and I hope you're all excited about it too. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate you. When in doubt, Gladius, Femshep out. Just kidding, Femshep not out. I forgot to mention one additional thing you can get off your medium Phalanx Oki, and that is, while it is not a safe jump, if you have a hard read that they're going to try to do something invincible on wake up, you can just do the frame kill and then block or parry if you really, really want to commit to still catch them. You can't option select to beat both buttons and a reversal, but you can still make a conscious decision to go for bait as your decision, like so. So don't forget that you don't always have to be on offense. Sometimes it's worth it to make them scared and let them make a mistake. And with that, Femshep out. Thank you for watching.